Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Saturday live demonstration of how easy it can be for all of you to build a business. Specifically, today we're talking about Facebook, we're talking about LinkedIn. Some of you are here for the first time, and what you're going to see and what you're going to hear might go against the grain of some of the things that you've been taught. But the one thing, as you get to know me, that you can count on, number one, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you something that is not in your best interest. And the truth is that I've been teaching people like you how to use social networks to build their business since the days of America Online. Okay, some of you are going to remember this. Some of you probably don't. You know, it was before your time. And the thing about America Online was it evolved. Everything is evolving. Every time you go to bed at night, you wake up in the morning and you find out that your iPhone or your phone has just updated all the software and everything's changed. It's a super pain. But America Online had one element that captured the essence of the importance of social networks. And that was the ability to chat, the ability to talk to people. Anybody remember MySpace? MySpace preceded Facebook. And the interesting thing about MySpace was they had all the components that Facebook has. But Facebook did something that MySpace didn't do. And that was built in an internal messaging feature and a mobile app. They beat MySpace to that, and MySpace went bye-bye. Now, I've been teaching network marketers how to use Facebook to build their business since they added live chat. And they released their mobile application in 2009, and I've been doing it longer than anybody else. I started teaching my simple 4-step formula: create, connect, communicate, and close. Since they added live chat, Facebook, LinkedIn, at the end of the day, it's always been about talking to people, messaging other people. That's it. You can write a year's worth of business in the next 7 weeks if you talk to enough people. Now, there's a secret back door to the best social network for building your business today. When you know about it, you'll be able to use it for free. And frankly, it's going to be a big game changer for your business. LinkedIn will enable you to connect with more perfect prospects, communicate with them faster, close more sales in less time. Now, there's an easy way to build your business: Facebook, LinkedIn, any social network that provides you with a connection to someone else is really all that matters. And most people are doing it the hard way. Building a business doesn't have to be hard. You know, I'm launching a special coaching project, and I got to tell you, yesterday, a gentleman has been following me almost since the beginning, is in a very, very large, successful company, and we ended up talking after the webinar. He teaches what I've taught him, what I'm teaching you, to his organization, but the one piece that he hasn't been able to put together, and I am really, really looking forward to working with this man. Everybody in the company is going to have their eye on him. Great trainer. but he's missing that one little piece. And it all revolves around conversation. Images, emojis are going to play a big part of your communicating with other people. Using emojis, moving images, spice up your conversation, make people more interested in you, in what you're doing. They state an emotion. And the bottom line is, your competition's already starting to use them. If you're not using them in conversation, you could, and it's not hard. But the bottom line is, a lot of you are being lied to. There are things that people are being encouraged to do, taught to do, urged to do, that frankly are an expensive waste of time. I was talking to a woman, she's a leader in her company. She just invested $12,000 on a funnel. I told her I would follow up with her in January. Now I told you so, but I might enjoy that one. So I told her, you're making a big mistake. See, you don't need a list to get started in network marketing. Yes, you got to make a list of your friends, and then you want to go talk to them. But the truth is, in today's world, most of the people that you talk to or are interested in talking to, you're already connected to these people on Facebook. Your peers, you're already connected to these people on LinkedIn. You don't need a website. You don't need a blog. And you don't need a funnel. And if somebody was going to jump into your business on Monday and they had to set up a website, set up a blog, set up a funnel, and then what do they have to do? Then they have to drive traffic. They got to run people through it, buy leads, spend money, advertise. You don't have to do any of this stuff. And of course, the other part to this is that it's not something that someone can do within 72 hours of getting in your business. You don't need to spend money on anything. Nope. All you need is a simple profile page on Facebook and LinkedIn, the Facebook phone app, the LinkedIn phone app, and an hour or two a day so that you can connect and talk to people, and you are golden. Golden. Bring people into your business within 72 hours. They can be bringing in their friends. Now you can get results on Facebook, on LinkedIn in 90 seconds. Enroll more people faster. But it only works if people can see what you're doing. And most people don't realize they're invisible. The settings on Facebook, the settings on LinkedIn, the settings on just about every social network limit your visibility for privacy purpose and everything else to the people that they know. And you're pretty much invisible to everybody else. And man, I love success stories. So we're going to pop over there. Dan, I'm going to let you tell me. He writes, Max, thanks to all your help. Jocelyn is joining my business and some of my other conversations are close to closing. Couldn't have done it without your help. Now it's just working the numbers. Adjust your settings. Make sure people can see you. And then you're golden. Your profile only helps you if people can see it. If people can't see it, you're down the tubes. Down the tubes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over here because I got to tell you something. I love success stories, and at some point in time, I'm looking forward to yours. I'm going to pull Dan up. So you can see who we're talking to.
Hi, Max.
Dan, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm terrific, and I love that little message that you sent me. Do I remember? It says, thanks for your help. Jocelyn is joining my business. Some of my other conversations are close to closing. How long have we been working together now?
Well, I actually started coaching with you quite a while ago, but then I had some other things that got in the way, and I kind of fell off, and then I came back and just got full into it. But full on for a few months because I'm kind of hard-headed. It took me a while to get it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. But the bottom line is, you got it. I remember at one time you were a little doubtful that you weren't going to be able to get it. What changed?
A lot of it, I think, was just seeing you go into my conversations where I was stuck, or I threw a conversation off in left field, and I thought that conversation was just a lost cause, and that I messed it up. And you were able to pull them back in and basically show me how to keep a conversation on track without and learning by these sessions as well, where you jump into not just mine but other people's conversations, and being able to see how to follow a conversation. Because in our society, it seems like I've always learned to just get ready for my next response instead of really listening and really being able to follow the conversation. And I've learned to do that much better. And it's great with this because we can go all the way back through the conversation and follow it over and over and over again, which to me is better than talking face to face.
It's even better sometimes than talking on the telephone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm thrilled for you because number one, like you said, you've brought somebody into your business, you've mastered the rhythm and the steps, and now you are poised to do this over and over and over again, because over the last few months you've planted quite a number of seeds.
Absolutely. The other thing that I think has been helping a lot is that at first I was just connecting with just random people. I was just connecting I would go out and look for people that were just like people that were just network marketers or things like that. But I found that when I started looking more precisely at people that I can relate to, I can follow the conversation a little better. So that's what I've been able to follow the conversation, interject in ways that they knew I was relatable to their situation. So it actually has helped me, with that too, to be able to relate. So now, so now Jocelyn and I are more on just a friendly conversation. How you doing? But she started watching the presentation, and then she wasn't feeling well, so she finished it up the next day. Mm-hmm. And she's actually having back surgery next week, so we're kind of but she's ready to go. She's we've been conversing with Jocelyn for a long time now. I don't remember when the conversation started, but you helped me right very early on in that conversation.
This is the woman that the company was closing, and she was
they eliminated her position. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the thing that caused you to reach out to her? The fact that she was an advocate before?
Originally, yeah. But I think I was able to carry the conversation on because she was in kind of a retail hospital. The retail, hospitality, and construction have been my fields that I've worked in, and so I was able to talk to her more. I think because of that, than even the fact that she was an advocate. But mm-hmm. Initially, I did reach out to her because of advocate.
Now, the interesting thing is, that when you bring someone into your business and you've done it this way and they're ready to go to work, all they have to do is kind of scroll back up and kind of review the conversation you had with them. And then you can give them a couple of points on making themselves more visible, and then connecting with the people that they know. So let's just kind of, review this thing. So, you reached out to her, and you could tell that she was an eager socializer because she pretty much accepted you right away, as opposed to, sometimes it takes people a couple of days to do that. How did you, but, this part's going to happen to you every day. And then you,
she didn't respond for a little while. And then the Labor Day, once the Labor Day message went out, we started communicating regularly.
Right. So when you ask somebody what they do, they're going to come back, they're going to ask you what you do. You ask her how she's going to celebrate the holiday, and she'll tell you, and then she'll come back and ask you what yours is. So, first thing that you really want to know about someone, clearly, is, what do you do? Now, was this one that we started working with together right at the beginning?
I think it was just after this, and I think, you pretty much had told me on that, what is a district master administrator? I should have just asked her, what do you do? Really simply. Right.
You have to know, right? So.
Yeah. And that was where you typed, thanks for reacting to my post. I think, and then she responded a few days later.
All right, let's just talk about that for a second. Because what happened, you asked her this question, and you were posting. She never answered this, but she reacted to one of your posts.
Absolutely.
So you use that action to write back to her, and now the conversation gets going. She says, I'm looking for new opportunities. Okay, so I had to type this.
You did. But so I just used it as a way to send a little emoji because of the typo.
Right. So now this was mid-September.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do now? And then because, it had been out of work for a while, how are you fixed financially? So now we pretty much know that, she's on a limited budget. I have a severance package. I've gone from a 2-income household to just my income. So she needs to make, she gave you all the information you needed. Now we stayed, when you're talking to someone, you look at the answer that you get, because the answers, or your next question, is going to come out of the answers you get. And now, let's just come back up here for a second. I have a severance package. Okay? Think of all the questions you could ask about the severance package. What was it? What was your severance package? Now I have gone from a 2-income household to just my income. What's that all about? Is she, did she get a divorce? Is she a widow? What's the story there? And so when, that's information. Initially, we kind of left that out. You I don't even know if you know the answer to that question now, but it's not. Oh yeah, right. But you learn that over time. The thing is, I'm a ball of energy. I want to empower everyone who they want to be and see them succeed. So she's writing this. So I think you wrote this. Have you ever?
I did.
Yeah. And see, here's the thing. Have you ever considered starting your own business? Now notice, she never once asked you what you do.
Right.
Not here. And if you just have the patience to wait for them to ask that question, what do you do? That's one way you know, when you tell them, hey, I got a growing internet business, they want to know all about it. But she says, I have, however, I need a steady income to help that. All right. So I think this was still you. I noticed that you've been an advocate for 6 years. How have you been making any money? I use the product. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was you.
This was me. So
yeah.
Most of the big leaders left and went to other companies. When I mentioned starting your own business earlier, I was referred to getting into network marketing. It doesn't make much to get into a business, and if you worked at it, you could make more money than you're making at your full-time job. What other network marketing companies have you worked with previously? And she never answered that. So again, but she's watching your posts. So you thank her for that. And how's the job search? Horrible. Okay, so I think you did this. Hard for me to imagine looking for a job right now instead of getting ready to retire.
I did.
And how are things in the world?
That was you.
Right, just to get things going.
Right.
He said, do you know anyone looking for an amazing employee? I can travel, work remotely, I'm flexible, I have so much to offer. Okay, so this was me. And so I jumped in. I said, look, I don't understand why you haven't found a job yet. I would think a company would have snapped you right up. Compliments pay big dividends, especially since you like training and helping others succeed. Now, we went back and visited something we brought up before. I mentioned earlier the idea of working with another network marketing company to start generating an income immediately. You felt that you needed other income from a job to be able to do that. I initially felt the same way. So this is an example of the feel, felt, found strategy. When a friend showed me that I could work from home in his company and almost make as much money as I could make on a job, I gave it a try, and I'm so glad I did. Don't let your experience with Advocare sour you on the network marketing industry. Would you like to know how we could work together and you could begin making money again? And then we use this off the internet. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Thanks. And she says, I got out of an interview. I feel so here now. This was a week and a half ago. She feels she got out of an interview. She thinks she's going to get the job. So again, you did this. I hope they hire you. Is that the type of position you said you were looking for? And she says, I expanded. I can always keep looking if it doesn't pan out. And you seem to be a very versatile person that can adapt. You did this.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we kind of went back and forth because I'd get stuck and you.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right. So right. So for those. So the way this works is we give you the basic foundation. We give you we write the necessary messages for you. And you just tape them, and you're having these conversations over and over again. And the only time I have to jump in is when I'm not really sure where I want to go, or how can I get this back on track because I think I messed up. And so again, just checking to see if you got a job. When she says they decide to go with somebody else, probably a good decision. I'm still looking. Obviously, money is getting tight and I need an income. So now she goes, what thoughts do you have?
Well, this was all me after that, and I just spoke from my heart.
Let me read. Okay. I can only speak from experience, and if it was me, I would have taken the time I was given from the get-go and worked from home. I have found the only thing I can truly count on is what I do. I've been in your position and know how you feel. There was a time that I wanted an employer and a regular paycheck because I knew what I had coming in. I was downside twice. That's why I initially started off on my own in the construction industry. I thought that kind of business would give me security. I found out that the economy affected my business so much that I was in a feast and famine industry. If I didn't prepare properly, then the time of famine would overcome me, and I had to work nonstop during the times of feast. Spent many years in and out of companies and industries looking for a better way, and I finally found one. With your energy level and training experience, you could do well with almost any direct sales company. Okay, so this was right out of that thing that we originally did. I'm not telling this to try to sell you on what I'm doing, just telling you what I would do in your position. I would find a company with products you can be passionate about and a leadership team you can trust and go to work. To get started in a legitimate company, getting started should be minimal, maybe a few $100s. Now you talk about your company. My company, you could be making $4,000 to $5,000 a month in the next 90 days, which I believe is the income level you're looking for. Best of luck in whatever you decide. Please feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in moving forward. I hope we can stay in touch. Okay, now, understand this. You're having a conversation with this woman, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It would be just like you were talking to somebody on the phone or you were talking to somebody face to face. There is no way that you are, I mean, this thing right here can be misconstrued as your highlight, you know, as you're promoting some kind,
right.
You know, right. I mean, this is
promising income.
Right, exactly. This is based on your experience. Okay, people.
See, this is where I kind of, yeah.
Right. No, so. Okay, so she says, I'm skeptical. However, it's worked for you. Let me think about it. I got to tell you something. This woman, let's see. You know, I got to tell you something. Just think about what's happened here. You've met someone that is very, very sharp, who, when with the proper instruction and directions, is going to go all the way to the top of your business. I mean, it's just based on what she's done before. A total stranger that you met on LinkedIn, and you have basically changed your life. How does that make you feel?
And I feel great, because from talking to her on the phone, I can tell she's the type of person that she's going to throw herself fully into this. I've already got an appointment set up for her to talk to Jason Fisher, who is one of the top money earners in my company, who did exactly what she needs to do in 60 days. Or less, actually. I think it might have even been 30 days, but Jason it took him 30 to 60 days to reach a senior director above even. And, so he's the person that he can teach her everything she needs to do. And to know that I put this together for her and work with her on this is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations, Dan. And I'm thrilled for you. I remember, I don't remember when it was, but we had one conversation where you were a little concerned that this was going to work. And how do you feel about it now? Well, I mean, I know how you feel about it now. So you're on your way to going to the top of the business, because as she moves up, and she starts to build her organization, you get about 4 or 5 more like her. I mean, you're on your way to the top too, and it's really a good feeling. So congratulations.
Thanks, Max. And like I said, I think that now it's just working the numbers. I mean, I'll be jumping back on here, I'm sure, and saying, hey, Max, can you help me with the conversation? And that the great thing is that you do so many of these that I can get back on here on a regular basis and follow along and watch other people's conversations and continue to learn, because I've never been that great of a socializer. And when it came to these types of businesses, I would just like, puke all over people on, hey, this is what I'm doing, and you should do it too. And it didn't work. That was the thing. It just did not work.
But this is working.
Oh, and this is definitely working. This is where it's working. And I've never had that where I felt like I was going in the right direction. I've always just been told, go make a list, go talk to your people and get them on a webinar. Well, knowing how to get them from talking to the webinar, that's the part I've never known. I've never been able to conquer. Once you can get people on a webinar, shoot, then it's all your upline. But those initial steps, that's what I've struggled with. And I've been in more companies than I care to mention. I've made a lot of donations to companies that I didn't draw one check from. And it was all because I just didn't know how. And I think this is giving me courage to go back to my people on Facebook and start talking to people. And, it's given me the self-belief that I can talk to these people and at the same time know that I'm not pressuring somebody and not feel like I'm pressuring them and not driving them away or shutting off, unfriending me and all that sort of stuff. Because I can talk to them and then just ask them a question and keep moving, as if it's just normal conversation, which is what it should have always been.
Yeah. Well, like I said, congratulations. Now, here's the thing, Dan. You have planted a lot of seeds. You've been talking to a lot of people, and there are some people. If we logged into your message center, there are some people you've never talked to. There are people. There are people that you started a conversation with, and we're just too busy to get back to them. And so as we enter the holiday season here, this is why I say that you could do more business in the next 7 weeks, or as much business in the next 7 weeks as you did all year, because a lot of you have been planting seeds. You've been reaching out, you've been talking to people. Some of you may have even sent someone a message that you wish you could take back. Okay? And because you sent that message and they didn't respond, that conversation is just out there in limbo. And so that strategy that we introduced a few months ago, the oh my God, I can't believe I sent you that message, with the emoji of someone, hitting their head, works so well that, now we have examples of people that are using it, resurrect a conversation, and, get people to look at your business. So we're going to start hearing more of these in the next weeks, okay? And so what we're going to do is continue to basically show all of you a very, very simple process that all of you can take, find people to talk to that need what you have, and one of the things that Dan said, which is very, very important, is you're going to recognize very, very quickly, sometimes just by looking at a profile, you can tell enough there to know whether or not someone would be interested in your business. Whether it's someone that you would want to talk to. And it all starts, frankly, with being visible. If people can't see you, then, it's kind of like you're just hanging out there. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. There's a couple of folks here that look like they're new. And let's just see how visible you guys are. Some people get really shocked. So we'll do this alphabetically. So here we have Debbie Stone. And a lot of Debbie Stones on LinkedIn. Let's pop over to Facebook really quick.
I'm here, Dan. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, so Debbie, do you see yourself here?
I can't see myself there. My name is Debbie with 2 B's and IE. It's not Deborah at all.
Right. Right.
Right.
So let me ask you, where are you? Are you in Australia? Sound like I pick up an accent.
I'm originally from Australia, but I've been living in the States for 18 years.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a delightful accent. What state do you live in?
Indiana. Thank you.
So see if we can pull you up this way.
There you go.
You're at the top?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and let's take a look. Are you on Facebook too?
I am.
Let's see if you come up.
That's me. Number 1. Yep.
Okay, so let's, on Facebook, you have follow me button. Folks, Halloween coming up. You use the holiday strategy. You could all start asking questions about Halloween. Now, see, each area here is an opportunity. We call them modules, where you can read about people, and you know, there's a tremendous amount of information that you could tell people about yourself, as opposed to, you know, just that would and here there's a lot of things that you could do with this that would really open up areas of conversation. And you're hiding your friends, but you need to hide your followers, because your followers on Facebook are your friends. So we can just kind of scroll down here and see all of your friends. But what are you trying to market and sell?
I mean, health and wellness.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's green products.
Okay. What? So you in Melaleuc too?
Yeah, I am.
No, that's okay. I mean, but let me just say here that this is just not a training for Melaleuc people. Even though we got a lot of people on here, we have people from, looks like 11 different companies. So, but with the release of that 1, 2, 3, go system that Eddie Bestoso, you know, helped put together, people are having a lot of fun with it. Let's go over and take a look at you on LinkedIn. Well, for one thing, see, putting your school down, put your school on Facebook too, because anything that's here links you to people in that field, in that industry. So here, you were in Avon.
I was. That needs to go. I recently left Avon after 7 years.
Okay. Oh, well, I tell you, and what is this food mart thing? You got to.
Okay, I'm a store manager there. It's my fiance's 42-year-old family business, and I manage his store. And
it's called Terry's Food Mart?
It is.
Okay.
It's also their Circle T Enterprises that you saw on Facebook.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, how long have you been in Melaleuc?
2.5 years.
What were some of the other companies? You said Avon.
Right.
I tell you what, if you would, there's a couple of strategies that I can give you
Okay.
What's the best number to reach you after this is over?
812-849-3008.
And let me just be clear here, folks, that for anybody that wrote down her number, she's not recruitable. Okay, she's not recruitable. So unless you're looking for a business opportunity, like I said, she's not recruitable. Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you.
See, so folks, what happens? See, if people can't see you, none of the other stuff matters. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna come over here and look at Ian. And let's unmute Ian. So there's 178 Ian McLeans. And let's look on Facebook. And this picture looks familiar, so I'm going to guess this is Ian. Well, Ian doesn't have a mic. So, Ian, which one do you see here? This is LinkedIn. Well, actually, what we can do is we can take it over here. So if you're in Canada, and so Ian's not showing up on LinkedIn. And you definitely want to be on LinkedIn. Let's take a look at Sandy. Let's be the last one. So this is Sandy on LinkedIn, and let's look on Facebook. Well, Ian, we'll take a quick look at your page. I mean, this is, you see what I'm saying? You're basically invisible. You need to open all of these up. Ian, you're sitting on a gold mine. Sitting on a gold mine. Okay, so if I was a betting person, I would say that this is Sandy.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like you're doing very much on Facebook, or if you.
No.
Okay. Are you on LinkedIn, Sandy?
Yes.
Okay. A retired gymnastics coach and a judge?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, so let me see. You're located in
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Spring Hill.
Okay, so here we go. Now notice, okay, now for a minute, let's just talk about settings, okay? So here, we did a search for you on LinkedIn. We found, look at all the Sandy Jordans that are here, and look at all the people that you can just go connect. So reaching out and making a connection with these people is easy, right? But here,
Yes.
for somebody that you don't know, to reach out and connect with you, if they don't have your email address, and most people don't, then they would, so if we clicked on this, here's what's going to happen. Oh, hey, sign up, enroll. You got to pay for it. So let me show you the back door, okay?
Okay.
You bring up the profile, right? So we're looking at this, and Sandy, you're sitting on a virtual gold mine. Now, right here, somewhere on here, there's a back door, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide over here. Okay? And so even though I don't know you, even though I'm not connected to you, I could put a free note in here. Okay? Now they're trying to sell you, or they're trying to sell Dan on reactivating the premium service that he paid for, but Dan knows now how to get here. So he could be reaching out all day long for free, talking to people like you. What network marketing company are you in? Melaleuc too?
No, yes.
And how long have you been in the business?
Little over a year.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I need to start building.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Based on what a retired gymnastics coach, in addition to that, a judge. What kind of a judge were you?
Gymnastics.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you might have been like a municipal judge or something like that. Because no, but still, it's kind of like if your history, your profession, your story can go a tremendous long way to giving you credibility with people. Now, if you were someone that was in the public eye, they might not be all that enthusiastic about trying to actively build a network marketing business on a social network like this, because they don't, based on what they do, they don't want people to think ill of them or any of that stuff. And the truth is that it doesn't matter what you do. No one has to know that you're a direct seller, that you're a network marketer. But here's what I want to show you. Okay, so you're a retired gymnastics coach. Now, I'm sure it would be easy for you to go on to talk to other. Let's see how many other gymnastic coaches are on LinkedIn. There's 1.2 million gymnastic coaches that you could talk to on LinkedIn. Okay, do you think?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, no, that's not me.
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is these 1.2 million people, I would be willing to bet, round trip airfare to Miami, a weekend at the Fontainebleau Hotel, that you could find at least 5 or 10 people on here that you could really relate to, wouldn't you say? I mean, how hard?
Absolutely.
Okay, now, so we have gymnastic coach. You could also come up here. Let's look at the gymnasts. Did I spell that right?
Mm. No.
How do you spell gymnast?
Gymnast.
So look, isn't that kind of interesting? Okay, so there's 8,900 gymnasts. Now, in addition to this, there are ways for you to go in here and find other types of people. I mean, for that matter, any kind of a coach. It wouldn't matter whether they were a gymnastic coach, or what are fields that relate to gymnastics?
Other sports. I mean, like coaching taekwondo or dance.
Okay, there you go. Okay, right. So you just pick out. You got dance coaches. You got 1.2 million. Holy smokes! How about like you said, martial arts? And so there's no shortage of opportunities for you to go out on Facebook, to go out on LinkedIn, and start having conversations with people that, based on what you see on their profile, and we can come up here and we can say, you know what, let's look for oh, it's gym with an S. Okay. Gymnastic coach. Let's put another word in there. Looking. Whoa, 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 whoa. 40,000 gymnastic coaches on LinkedIn that are looking for something. Hello? Hello? This person used to be at, this one is currently working with Beachbody, another network marketing company. So again, there are all kinds of opportunities for anybody, but you got to fill out your profile. You got to put yourself out there so that more and more people would be interested in seeing what you're doing. Now, is there any particular reason why, you haven't, it doesn't look like you're very active on LinkedIn or Facebook? Is it something that, what's held you back from doing that?
Been a really bad year.
Okay.
Deaths in the family.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, one thing that I can tell you, just from experience, is there is nothing that will take your mind off of those circumstances, and I'm saying that from experience because my son passed away 2 years ago. Then to focus on, your business, building your business, talking to other people. For those of you that are network marketing, what are you doing? We're helping people. You can connect with people that are struggling financially. You can connect with people that would like to have more than they have now, and there's absolutely nothing to prevent anybody from going on here and start networking with people. And here's the thing. You got the real world to deal with, and if you could spend an hour a day, 2 hours a day, away from all the stuff that's going on in your life, and I'm talking to everybody here, whatever issues, whatever you're struggling with. It's the time that you spend on here. You're in a different place. You're in a different world, and I can just tell you, the access to people that you have on Facebook, that you have on LinkedIn, the same connectivity that really was the driving force for the growth of America Online. That's what attracted people to it. Your ability to use LinkedIn, and once you understand how to use that backdoor, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. Sandy, if you like, I can give you a call in about an hour or two, and I can be happy to give you some tips on what you can do to.
You have my phone number, and we're going to call me later anyway.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, then I promise you I definitely will today.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want my number again?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I'm ready. Oh, you're going to type it in there?
Oh, 386.
Right.
688.
Right.
1841.
And again, folks, don't try calling her because she's not recruitable, okay?
Hi, everybody I know.
Well, look, for all of you, right? The holiday season, we're coming up on the holiday season. You have more opportunities to talk to people, okay? More opportunities to talk to people. And between birthdays, between the holiday strategy, and between using some of the available tools, you are all on your way to go into the top of your business. And I see Karen's got a lot of her team members here, and all of you can experience some pretty impressive rank advancement before the end of the year. So that being said, whoops. All of you are basically on your way to success. It's never been faster. It's never been easier.